What is going on, everybody? It's good to be back. It's been a minute since I've really had a chat on here, so it's exciting. Super excited to be able to share a little bit of an update, but then also a lesson I have learnt in the past couple of months, and this lesson I know for a fact will help you take massive steps. Move yourself 3, 4, 5 times faster towards your goals. Okay, and the only reason I know that is because I'm going through this lesson, or I'm executing the lesson that I've learnt right now as we speak. So I do want to share with that. I share that with you. I don't feel as though too many people in this space talk about it. I feel as though I've spoken about it a little bit, but nowhere near as enough as what it should be. So I'll jump into that. A little bit of an update for me is I'm actually leaving my hometown. I'm leaving Australia. I'm leaving the Gold Coast. I'm moving full time. I've set myself up to be able to go to America, to be able to live in Central America, Mexico, specifically for the next realistically 12 months. And that's a massive transition. I'm doing that because I want to move towards my goals with much more speed. Okay, and to cut to the chase, the lesson that I have learned over the past probably 6 weeks is how important it is to be able to close chapters or close doors of the previous version of yourself completely. Okay, completely close these doors in order to move forward. Got a little bird chirping behind me, so I want to dive into the specifics of this, right? I want to help you guys understand that in order to become that version of yourself, in order to reach the goals of 2026 that you have set for yourself, you have to close so many doors that are in 2025, 2024, 2020, right? And then this is a transition I'm going through right now, and I feel as though a lot of people always say they close doors, or they close doors but they just leave them slightly open. Okay, and how I mean by this is and what I mean by doors is relationships with friends, the people you surround yourself with, even where you live, right? Like that the door's always open, or the things that you own always pull you back. If you leave the door slightly open, they'll always pull you back to that old version of yourself. They'll pull you back to comfortability. Okay, and it's so important to fucking shut that door and actually lock it. And I'll give you a prime example for me right now is I'm tying off everything I have in Australia. Everything I own, I'm getting rid of, right? Just yesterday I sold my car. I dropped about 6 bags of clothes to Lifeline, which in Australia is it's like clothing for the poor, or clothing for people that need it. So I dropped all of my clothes off. I'm packing everything I own in Australia into about one box, and I'm leaving it at my parents' house, where it'll be in the back of the garage, getting all dusty. And ultimately, what I'm trying to get to here is I'm completely shutting off all the doors that tie me to Australia, because Australia is keeping me as this. It's keeping me as this version of myself that I know I need to shred. I know I need to leave behind in order to become my goals, in order to become the person I need to become. So I want you guys to understand that the biggest lesson I've learned from just going through it is, if you leave the doors slightly ajar, if you leave them just slightly open, the force or the fucking wind behind that door will just push it wide open. It will not stay just slightly closed. It will just slowly open back up, and you'll be pulled back to this old version of yourself. You'll be pulled back to comfortability. And again, it's so fucking important to just shut the door, lock it, and move forward, because you do have to consistently shred these identities. Okay, so I know if you take a moment, you pause this, you just think to yourself, you're probably already thinking about how many doors you've left just slightly open that you've ended up coming back to. Okay, I'm shutting the door so hard on Australia that I can literally not come back here. It's not an option. Okay, and that also leads me to shutting a door ultimately means, or shutting all the doors ultimately means, you have no plan B. Now, we all know that in order to succeed in plan A, number one goal is that you can't have a plan B. You can't say, I've got a plan to fall back on. It's never going to allow you to succeed, especially when you have some ambitious goals, some big goals. If you'll go, but it's okay, I have, my college degree, or I have my university degree, or I can get a safe job if it doesn't work out. you're never going to fucking succeed with that mindset. So closing doors allows you to go all in on plan A, and it allows you to have no fucking distractions and nothing pulling you back to the safety of having a plan B. Okay, so if there's one thing that you can take away from this video, is that it's hard closing doors. I'm closing doors on a lot of relationships, a lot of friendships, family, like I'm leaving a lot of things behind. But in order to succeed, it is truly what you have to do, and you have to shred identities. You have to close the doors fucking completely so that you have no plan B. And I want you guys to really think of some of the doors that you might have left slightly open, you might still have slightly open, that are keeping you in the same version of yourself that you know is not going to allow you to succeed. Okay, so a couple of actionable steps for this to be able to, a couple of actionable steps that you can take is, obviously you have to have a really clear goal, a real clear plan A. Okay, that's super important. And I know this is getting a little bit onto a rant, but have that clear plan A, and reverse engineer it of go, okay, to be able to get to plan A, who do I have to become? To be able to get to the goal of 2026, who do I have to become? Perfect. To become that individual, what do I have to let go of? Okay, really simple, right? You've heard of this before. You have to let go of things, right? And then understand, when you talk about letting go, it's going to feel scary. I'm going to have to let go of these friends. I'm going to have to let go of these people. I'm going to have to, move locations. I'm going to have to sacrifice time, whatever you have to let go of. But when you decide, and it should be fucking, as soon as you have the goal, you should decide this, right? If you want to move with the right mindset or move with speed and action. But when you decide, hey, I'm going to commit to that goal or this goal, leave and shut off all of those fucking doors, because otherwise, again, they will pull you back and you will fucking fall back into the hallway with all of these doors open. So I like to look at it visually as the goals at the end of the hallway, like a hotel hallway where there's 100 doors on each side. The goal's at the end of that, and as you walk towards that goal, you have to shut every single door in that hallway and keep moving forward. And if you leave one open, you'll hear a voice, you'll see someone pop their head out of a door, and you'll turn around and you'll take backward steps. You'll end up walking backwards and it will literally pull you away from the end of the hallway. Okay, so take that as a visual, if you will, if you're a visual person. Find your goal, find that plan A, and eliminate all plan Bs. Close off all doors to plan B and go fucking all in, because it's not talked about enough. And in 2026, I know everyone that's watching this has ambitious goals, has big goals, but I guarantee you, in order to achieve them, you have to shut doors, you have to go all in, you have to have nothing pulling you back to the old version of yourself. So, and that's scary, trust me, it's fucking scary, right? But if you're not scared, if you don't get uncomfortable by doing these things, the goal that you're trying to achieve, it isn't big enough. Okay, so if you can take one thing away, I'm going through this transition right now. Every single person that I know that has reached this goal or become successful in whatever way that looks like has shut off all of these doors and completely fucking closed them. So you need to do the same.